house, and I just couldn't believe it. I was like, and they were all just so nice. And some of them would give me like loaves of banana bread and shit, and just, you know, I was like, one girl picked me up with her like 10-year-old daughter in the car, and I was with these two other like French Canadian punks from Montreal, and like the French Canadian punks are just some of the craziest people. Yeah. And they looked the part. They were just dirty and ratted up and tattered up, and they had a dog with them and dreadlocks and everything, and just like the drunker we get, the less comprehensible their speaking was. Just got more and more like, fucking. And this girl picked us up, and she had a 10-year-old daughter, and I just couldn't believe it. I was like, "You trust us enough?" She's like, "Oh, I saw you had a dog, so I figured anyone with a dog can't be that bad." I was like, "This." I'm grateful, but holy fuck. But anyways,
no, that's cool. Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah. I mean, I've kind of found just being in the Maritimes, I mean, different from where we are in Toronto, right? Like, just people in general are more interested in what we have to say, right? Like, you know, what we were talking about earlier, where like we were waiting in the auto shop weight room, and like we had like 5 people talk to us. Which would never happen in Toronto. I don't think I've really ever had that happen. I mean, the only person that kind of like talks to you are the homeless crazy people.
Yeah.
I mean, usually they have a point to be made, and they're sometimes accurate, but like no one wants to listen to them because they're too busy like screaming about the end of the world. But I mean, you know, it's funny when you listen to those people, all right? They're like, "You fucking loser, you're gonna die," or like, you know,
yeah.
You know,
those are literally the only people that will talk to you if they're a stranger.
It's true. And they don't give a fuck either, right? They're like, "What are you doing today?" And like 9 times out of 10, like I've been on the subway and like I've had like an LCBO bag, like a bag of liquor, right? Or like a case of beer, and they're like, "Hey, I'll pay you $1 for a beer." I'm like, "Sorry, man, nah, I can't do that," you know. And "Oh, why not?" And you know, but oh,
give me
you
10
know,
good reasons.
and then they get like sidetracked going on to like something back in the 80s that happened with them, and you know they're pretty interesting to listen to. But yeah, the people in the Maritimes are like super friendly and not, I mean, remotely crazy.
I don't know. They show interest. I think.
Yeah.
Like they're not just, you know, like pretending they care. Like they're like nodding their head, looking at you in the eye. They're like, "Oh wow," right?
Yeah.
Versus in Toronto, okay,
Yeah,
their eyes are back on their phone because they want to, like, you know, kind of shy away.
Yeah.
Disconnect from the world.
And I've noticed too that now that I've been living there for 2 years, like I catch Aaron being like that sometimes, and like it's so like not my thing to like be antisocial and be like on my phone, and like I slap on the knee, or I'm like, "Get off your phone!" Like interact with humans, because you get so caught up in it.
Yeah, and it's easy too. It's easy just to like retreat, you know.
It becomes like a lifestyle when you're around it a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to pull out your phone at any moment just to see, oh, maybe I have a new notification, or like
it's okay to enjoy life. Like if there's nothing to do, that's okay. Just sit and just relax. It's okay.
Yeah, it's such an important thing, because I think everyone today struggles to not pick up their phone so often, and like the odd time that I've lost it, I'm always just so grateful, because it's like I'm gonna get another phone. It's not the end of the world. Or I'm going to find that one, or especially because I got an iPhone, I can just search where it is. It's amazing. But I've lost it a couple times. But just like, I don't know, sitting on lunch break at work or something, just going like, all right, oh yeah, I don't have it. I'm just going to sit here and look at things.
Yeah, no, like there was a time where we actually knew what to do with ourselves without our phones.
Yeah.
Right?
Or we just sat there doing nothing and it was fun.
Yeah, but there. Now we're just like, we just sit there and our mind is on our phone. Like, you would much rather just be on your phone than like sitting there doing fucking nothing. But like, I think I was listening to, like, it might have been a podcast, or like it was a program. There's a person talking about like how we've almost lost the ability to be bored, and being bored isn't all that bad, because boredom creates creativity, right? Because you're bored, so your mind wants to do something. So people were like actively going out and like, oh, maybe doing a painting because they didn't have their phone to just like spend hours on, right?
Yeah.
So they would do something constructive. Now people know what it's like to be bored, and so they're just, they're not creating as much, or like the things that they do create, it's like, being bored is important, right?
Yeah.
Because you're not bored for long. You'll find something to do.
Yeah,
but
you'll come up with something to do.
Yeah, your phone takes away from that, right?
Yeah. It's so true. I've been particularly bad, I feel, lately for being on my phone, just personally. I've been just like fucking, the amount of times the past couple weeks I've been catching myself just fucking, and I'm on Instagram, and I'm thinking about how concerned I am with like, making the right Instagram post and editing the picture nice and doing all that stuff, but then I think about how I use Instagram. I'm just like, just fucking soaring through it. Oh, picture I like, stare at it for like a second. Just, it's like, it's so, it's like, you ever hear people talk about the, like, MK Ultra shit with the brainwashing? They'll just have people watch these, like, incessantly fucking rapid flashing scenes or whatever and just dull your brain into mush. It's like, so I feel like I'm just doing it myself sometimes, just flipping through it so fast and not taking any of it in. I'm like, why the fuck am I even on this? I should, like, just put it down, and if I'm gonna look at it, I should look at, like, first of all, I should only follow people that I actually care to see the pictures.
Yeah.
And then I should take a second and look at the fucking picture. Check it out. If it's a good picture, it's worth looking at.
Yeah.
And fuck, it's just, I mean, I'm just as guilty as anyone else, so yeah, I'm gonna start working on not doing that again. 'Cause fuck.
I think we're all guilty of it. I catch myself once in a while doing it, and I'm so against it. I'm like, no. So
yeah, you're better at it than me. I find it
Yeah.
very easy for me to just be sucked in, right? Because I'm one of those people that likes to be entertained, right?
because it's instant gratification.
Yeah, totally. And
Like I have other things to do. Like I go to the gym. I don't even bring my phone to the gym either. Like
Nice.
I leave it at home. I drive to the gym and I spend 2 hours at the gym because I have nothing else to do, right? So
Yeah.
just let loose. But if I would bring my phone to the gym, I'd probably slack and be like,
you
Yeah.
see people at the gym though too, and they have their phone. Like everybody has their phone on them now, and so when
Yeah.
they're at the gym, they're like mid-workout, they check their phone and then they text somebody,
Yeah.
right? It's like,
Oh, they're like fucking Insta
doing
story.
Oh, yeah.
selfie.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Check
yeah.
it out.
to each their own. No, I believe eventually, people will figure it out and people will do what's best for them.
Yeah.
I mean, we can hope.
I feel like, what was I just going to go with that? Yeah, we're missing out on part of what comes with that boredom too, but also just what you're talking about with those couple hours at the gym, just people missing out on the experience of just being with themselves, doing something, like no one else is around. Like if you're at the gym by yourself, you're just working out, you're just chilling, you might be sorting out your thoughts at the same time, like I do that when I go on a run and stuff, or if you're just having that time without your phone, you're not constantly stimulated, you can do those other things, and also just that experience of doing it in private and just being alone with yourself and with your thoughts and having a chance to actually like think without constant stimulation from somewhere else.
Yeah.
But then I also think that there's something weird about it where it's like everyone can document their own personal experience of life to the degree that they're doing it honestly, because you can, you can deceive people by, people make the whole highlight reel on social media and no one posts about shitty points in their life. Well, some people would, but some people just want the nothing but like, oh my god, perfect Christmas, son. They're just like fighting with their kids the whole time in real life. But I feel like it's weird how we've never had these many like perspectives at our fingertips, and it's like everyone's kind of contributing to this collective human, I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say. It's like we're all just putting in input into the internet, which is like this manifested collective unconscious almost, and it's just like we're all contributing our little piece to it. And I don't know if it's gonna somehow accumulate in some kind of like ultra comprehensive, documentation or understanding of humanity or something in all its forms.
Yeah.
I mean, it could
Sometimes
be
it's like
that.
a false documentation of humanity because everyone is trying to set up this standard that their life is perfect, and everyone is trying so hard to like be like more perfect than the other person, and it's just like like a spiral, like it's an endless circle. It just goes on and on. Like you get caught into it.
Yeah, and that's why like now I think it's like there's your real self and then there's your digital self, right? The self that people only see online, right? You know, I don't know what you're going through. Like you're here in Halifax, and the only kind of like real interaction I've had with you, is just like through this sort of stuff, and like face to face. But like I don't know what you go through on a daily basis.
Yeah.
But you could post like the most like inspirational stuff, or like, you know, like a smiling selfie, but you still could be going through like so much, right? And that masks everything, right? People don't want to really battle or like share their battles with other people, right?
Yeah, it's like they think it makes them weaker or something.
Yeah, and like, or that like people, I mean, a lot of people, they don't listen, right? And they just want to put out that persona that everything is fine, everything's Gucci.
Yeah.
You know, everything's good. And I think that's a lot of where the depression nowadays has happened too. What Mel, you were saying, Mel was telling me a couple of like weeks ago that like, the like plastic surgeons, a very, very common thing is for like teenage girls to walk in and be like, make me look like my selfie.
Yeah, I heard that actually on CBC radio, where they have like their talk shows, and that's been going on. And I work in mental health. I work in an addiction treatment center. And so, you know, not to disclose like personal information and things like that, but I do have people that communicate to me that the reason why they use and they abuse substances is because they feel lonely and trapped in our generation. Like they have no real friends, no real human connection, and they feel like that they're ugly and that they have to like meet up to expectations, so they just indulge and they just hide.
Yeah.
Men and women.
No doubt. It's sad as fuck.
And a lot of like the highest depression, well, we're going off topic from music industry, but a lot of like the depression rate for teens is because they don't have enough likes on their pictures.
Yeah.
I'm no joke.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
It's nutty.
I was riding the TTC, the buses in Toronto, and there's one bus route that has like a lot of kids around like 3 o'clock, and so I was riding the bus then, and there's all these like 14, 15-year-olds, and they're just like on their phone, and like they're still like talking to each other, but they're on their phones, and like I overhear the conversation of like these group of girls. They're like, yeah, I was like looking at her on Instagram and she only has 120 followers. Like, what's with that? And I was like, that's stuff we weren't talking about even 5 years ago, and it's crazy how much that matters now.
Man,
right?
that is unreal.
This is what happens in like big cities that's very North Americanified. Like this is what's going on. This is the reality. Like a lot of people are suffering through like just all that crap. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
Just to be real.
I think there's like a real void for like maybe more people should just be honest on social media.
Well, now they're starting to, like, there's a lot of like the, I guess, body image thing where women are literally like being like entirely naked, and they're showing like pictures of themselves being like underweight, overweight, all their body flaws, their cellulite. Like, look, I'm not perfect, and it's okay.
Yeah. Because
they're trying to like do like the opposite of just slapping on a filter and like doing the angle thing, like pretending that you look a certain way, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because so the reality is that everyone faces tragedy. Like, everyone's life is tragic. They're facing, if they're not currently going through one, then it's on the way, or they've gone through one in the past. It's like, it's a rare person that isn't dealing with, and some people have like fucking 10 absolute catastrophes going on all at the same time. Like, just fucking, you know, like, parent dies of cancer, and then fucking girlfriend breaks up, or just who, like, it could be like 5 or 10 different things all crashing down around someone at the same time, and people don't talk about their struggle often enough. And it's like, because this is something I think about when, because I could be wrong, I'm not like a professional by any stretch, but it seems like there's an overdiagnosis of people with anxiety disorder and depression disorders. It's like, is it a disorder, or is like you're actually going through some crazy shit and you're depressed, and anyone would be?